This speech is a life-threatening situation. No, I'm not being dramatic over the amount of pressure I feel to master this assignment. The stress caused by such events as public speaking is perceived by our bodies as life-threatening. Yes, life-threatening. Now, this speech is to inform you of the many faces of stress. No, it's not always a negative thing. It is, yes, present when we see our bills or have a bad day with the kids or stuff like that, but there's also so much more to it. There are many positive aspects of it that many seem to forget or ignore. Because anytime I say stress, everyone seems to get this look on their face like, yeah, I know what stress is. Well, yes, you know what the negative parts are, but let's speak of the positive parts also. Now, stress can be both positive, as I just mentioned, and negative, as I also just mentioned, dependent on the levels of it. We have to have healthy techniques to manage levels of stress because at certain levels, stress is not a negative thing. We have stress in almost everything we do, almost every day. It is just sometimes there to aid us instead of harm us, and we need to realize that. What is stress? Stress is a natural body response to external and internal stimuli. It can be linked to negativity, but it is also positive. Now, say you were on a camping trip with your family and all of a sudden you go for a walk and there's a bear. Yes, a bear. Well, what do? Luckily, your body is already ahead of you. It is already preparing for a stress response called fight or flight. The hormones being released right now, including cortisol, have increased your strength in case you have to fight and have also increased your energy in case you have to fight. Now, stress just saved your life in this situation. I would think of that as positive. Stress can also be positive because it motivates healthy change, positive change, and productivity. Certain levels of stress increase productivity, yet when you get to a certain point, it can reach unhealthy very quick, and that's when it's not productive. Everything seems to just fall apart. So that's when we need to know our bodies and realize our stress levels and work with stress to aid us and not always harm us. Now, as I said, stress motivates positive change and increases energy. It can be a positive thing in our lives, and that is if we make it. So, my choice to work on this speech instead of watch TV was motivated by the stress to hopefully get a good grade on this assignment. So, by doing this assignment instead of watching TV, this action was motivated by stress. We also always have a New Year's resolution. Well, most of us have New Year's resolutions. The possibility of this failing is very high, just looking at percentage on the internet, rates. And so the motivation of those that do accomplish the New Year's resolution is probably done because there's a stress. There is a feeling of the need to accomplish this, such as losing weight. There is a stress that makes you want to go work out or eat healthy. And that is also a motivating thing about stress. Now, negative points. Stress affects every part of your body if at unhealthy levels. So stress can cause such things as anxiety disorders, depression, can cause heart attacks, can make you have acne or rashes. It can also cause weight gain, risk for diabetes, lowers the immune system, which puts you susceptible to such things as AIDS, life-threatening. Yes, these risks are life-threatening, so stress should not be underplayed in any way, but should be looked at for what it is and not always one point of it. So there are certain things that you can do in certain situations to lower your stress levels. One of them is a breathing technique. So I want everyone to close their eyes, take deep, long breaths, breathing up from your diaphragm and your stomach and not so much from your chest. Now when you exhale or breathe out, say you're releasing the stress. So you're letting everything out, all the bad, negative feelings, and there's a sense of relaxation coming over your body. Say it's coming from your limbs first and just spreading through your whole body. Do this along with taking a trip to Hawaii and you will be good every time you're stressed out. But if you're like most of us, or me, I'm not able to do that, so do it for 5 minutes and it will greatly increase your levels of stress. So the National Institute of Health has linked 2 certain personal attributes to being able to handle stress at a healthy level. This would be self-esteem and also the sense of self-control. When you have low self-esteem and you're asked to do something, your amount of stress is already heightened. If you have the self-esteem at hand and you're asked to do something, you don't have so much of a response. It's no stress for you. So stress can be linked to our personal feelings along with our personal attributes, along with certain skills that we may hold. When if low self-esteem and asked to do something, you release more cortisol, which again is starting the stress response, and so this is when the heightened levels of stress comes in. um, Having confidence will allow you just to, in everything you do. Confidence isn't just for school, it can be for work, it can be for personal lives. Having confidence will allow you to lower your stress levels in any certain situation in life. So self-control controls certain situations, how you react to them, how you perceive them, and how you handle it will be the stress level indeed, because if you handled it at heightened stress or you get real anxious or anything of that sort when in a certain situation, well, your stress levels are going to go up. There are certain things you can incorporate into your lifestyle that will aid you to have healthy stress levels and lower your stress altogether. This would be getting enough sleep at night. This would be having a large social network, having someone to lean on and not take the world on by yourself, exercising, having a healthy diet, overall sense of well-being, healthy lifestyle would greatly reduce your levels of stress and allow you the ability to handle situations. The American Institute of Stress, as you can, or as you hopefully perceive by the title, does a lot of research on stress also, because the importance of stress is being sought. Many doctors, many health professionals know the importance of reducing the stress, yet for some reason it doesn't seem to make the headlines too often. Stress is a subjective subject. It is so subjective and dependent on each and every individual. It is just like your fingerprints or sort of that, because we each have something that will stress us out. For instance, when going to the amusement park, the simple sound and sight of a roller coaster raises my stress level out the roof. But I can look over and see people running towards the roller coaster with such excitement and joy to get on this roller coaster. So, in turn, that's totally two different reactions to the same activity. And that's how they depend on individuals. Stress can affect your mood, behavior, and emotions. Stress does not only affect your physical well-being, it can affect your mental well-being as well. In conclusion, stress is not just a negative reaction that we should try at all costs to avoid, because in all reality we cannot. We cannot avoid stress. Stress is present daily and in daily activities and situations. Um, it aids in our equilibrium for our bodies. This process, natural process, has been around for centuries. It started way back when, caveman days, and this is our body adapted to survival. So just like the fight or flight, stress is a very positive attribute to ourselves. And we need stress to some degree. It's just when it reaches unhealthy levels that it should be an area for concerns. Risks are not small, and they are very, very important to our health, so we should not take them at a minute level, because it could mean life or death in some situations, such as a heart attack. We need time for ourselves, and in conclusion, no bill or paper is worth my health. So stress the importance of stress and know your facts. It could be very crucial to your health at some point. Thank you.